Howdy kids. So in the other video, I did a review of the Jackery Powerbank. This is a 290 that I picked up at Harbor Freight. Well, lo and behold, I had a friend for it show up finally. So now I could do a whole solar setup. So I'm going to review that here in a minute. I'll be right back, and we're going to review a small scale solar setup for power outages. So I'll be right back. What is going on, everybody? This is Roaming Prepper. I hope you guys can hear me because it's a bit windy out here today. I'm sitting by my wood pile, my quite diminished wood pile. I'm gonna have to work on that. But I finally got a business buddy to go with the Jackery 290, and it is the Jackery solar panel. Now this is a smaller panel, the 60-watt panel, and essentially when it arrived, it came in a plain old box. That was it. So Jackery products came really highly recommended. You're probably seeing it in reverse on the video, so I apologize for that. They come highly recommended. They are modular. Now, it's been a common misconception that only Jackery solar panels work on the Jackery power bank, if you will. But actually there are adapters, so there are other commercial solar panels that will plug into a Jackery, but you need the little adapter. So it has whatever connection comes out of the solar panel, and you put the adapter on it, and then you can connect it to this puppy. Now this one, and if you didn't catch the last video, I'll just do a real quick Cliff Notes version of this. This is the Jackery 290. Now if you go online, you're gonna see the, I think it's the 150, the 240, the 300, and then it goes up from there to like 2500, which is a really massive power bank, which I do not own. Essentially, this one is a special type, if you will, or a special design made exclusively for Harbor Freight. I was really shocked in that I got it for under $250. Normally they go, it's about $1 per watt. So if it's, 1500 watt, it's going to be a $1,500, give or take. It's not exact. Power bank or just generator, if you will. But this puppy is a little guy. I got it on sale, so you figure I got about 50 bucks off of it, and it should have been right at 300, so it was under 250. So that's not a bad discount if you think of the percentages. So, but it is expensive, so it's not something I bought everything at once. So I bought this a few months ago, and I've used it a few times just for giggles out in the country or when I've been out and about. But now I can actually set it up with this guy. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna move this into the sun. I'm gonna set it up, and then I'm gonna move the camera around it so you guys can kind of see what a very basic solar generator setup will look like. Now keep in mind, Jackery came highly recommended to me, and it was something I wanted to get because it has some adaptability that I thought was relevant to my own situation. But you can actually buy third-party solar panels, get the marine 12-volt batteries, and you get a converter kit and and a control kit for the solar panel, and you can actually make a solar generator. So, and there are plenty of videos for that. If you want to go bigger, these things go up to 1500, 24 or 2500 watts. So there's some massive things that you can run a refrigerator on. Something like this in my house, we don't have anyone who needs like a dialysis machine, thank God, or any heavy machinery. So in my mind, this would allow us to plug in a radio, plug in and charge phones, communications devices, and maybe charge up some flashlights or USB rechargeable flashlights, so that I'll have the basic amenities. But what we're gonna do, we're gonna move everything to the sun like I just said, and we're gonna take a look at it. You gotta forgive the dry grass. It was a really dry, cold winter, and my yard went into shock, so it looks kind of funky back here, but we're gonna move this over. So I've set this puppy up right next to my shed because the dogs are running amok everywhere else. As you can see, there's a little Jackery, and there's the solar panel. It's rather easy to pop out, and I just wanted to get a little shadow here, so don't mind me. So just so you guys can see some of the details, so built into the Jackery panels, the controller is built into it. So you can actually plug in a USB, standard USB, and that USB-C into this directly. So if you don't have the generator, but you buy the solar panels, you can actually plug your devices directly into it. It did come with this cable, which as you can see is, it's a good length of cable. And then over here, I'm gonna plug it. It has the plug, but it also has some adapters for the different sizes of Jackery. In my case, it will go to this guy. And then you just basically plug it in, and you immediately will see the response. But the legs they're kind of flimsy. They're like a little plastic Velcro-y thing, and they attach under there with a Velcro. So basically you can make it flat. Now, if you notice, you have the grommets, so you can actually tie this to a vehicle or a tree or something like that, and allow it to change angle. Now keep in mind, obviously the sun moves, so what you want to do is make sure that as the sun moves, you move your panel. But this is it. This is the basic setup. You also notice it's a bit windy and it's kind of moving my panels around, so I guess you could also tie down the panel just to prevent it from blowing away or blowing over. Overall, the weight of this is not substantial. It's probably, 5 pounds. I'd be shocked if it was 10. And then the Jackery is probably another 5 pounds. He's about 10 pounds a gear, if that. I don't think it's even that much, but it's not a lot. And if you have smaller machinery, you can keep it running overnight. So let me change positions and we'll talk a little more. All right, kids, so I left the sticker on there. As you can see, and I reviewed this more in detail on the video about the Jackery, you have USB, you have a 110 200 watt output, you also have a 12 volt output. So you saw the cable, so this is the adapter, and you just pop it in, and what you just heard was my solar panel closing because the wind blew it over. But bear with me just a second. So I guess that would be a great reason to but you notice as soon as I plugged it in, that little blue light came on. And I left the sticker, but you can see input is 49 watts. So I already charged it. So this control system, or this power bank, you can plug into a wall. You can actually charge it with your car. This comes with a bunch of adapters for your car and for the wall. But this allows you to charge it with the solar panel. So if you're out in the woods, you can still run. I've been told, actually the wattage is going up now because I moved it a bit. It was 42 before, now it's doing 50 watts, so that's a good charge. It's supposed to be able to charge this little puppy during the course of a day, but if at night you have someone who needs a CPAP machine or some other smaller medical device, you can use this to run it during the night and then set out the panels in the morning. And while the individual is up and about, you can charge this during the day. So this is a really neat setup. I'm gonna back up, oh Lordy. Let's go back up a bit here, and that's basically it. This is a 60 watt panel, there is a 100 watt, and I believe you're supposed to be able to run them in a series. In this case, I'm not. I just want the single one. This is really a small setup for me and Sassy for like camping or going outdoors. But this is a really neat thing. So just thought I'd share this with you. This is not a super long video, but yeah, keep in mind you can also buy individual off-the-shelf solar panels, power banks, so even a maritime or a deep cycle battery, and put it in a case. But when I ran the numbers and I started adding up all the things I wanted, in a solar generator, it was easier to just buy this damn thing, especially since it was on sale. So, but it is a bit pricey in general, so I would split it up like I did. I bought that bad boy, and then I waited a few months and then picked this guy up. So, yeah, that's it. Just wanted to show you, this will be great for power outages. Now, it will still collect power in cloudy weather, but the wattage will be way lower. It's super sunny and warm outside, so today's a good day to charge it. But in any case, guys, this is the Roaming Prepper. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments below. I do try to answer comments within a day or so, depending on my work schedule. But I hope this was helpful. There are other products out there. I like this one, but by all means, find something that works for you, both for you personally and for your budget. This is all about doing right things the most economic way possible. So you guys be safe.